Okay, now welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in the last time, we talked about what continuity. So this will also be a briefing on what continuity of a function is all about. Now, this continuity of a function, hope you know that there are some functions that might be based on certain conditions. These functions can be defined at certain points. Are you getting me? And at certain point, they might not be defined. If that function is defined at certain points based on the condition, are you getting me, in that function, then we say it is continuous at that what points, provided it follows the condition, right? Are you getting it? But if it does not follow the condition on all aspects of what that given function, it means it is what it is not what defined. What we are saying is that, for example, we have this function, but we'll come to this. But first, let's look at what does continuity mean. Are you getting me? So we say a function is said to be what continuous if it satisfies the following what conditions. What are the conditions? What are the properties of features? First is that the function f of x naught, meaning when you substitute x naught, that's why I told you, if you have watched our previous video, you see where we did this, we first direct substituted what the value of what x naught, meaning what s was approaching. What s was what approaching. So if you direct substitute it, it must be what well defined. It must be what well defined. And when we did it, hope you know that there was no infinity. There was no what infinity. So or there was no any indeterminate form, right? So therefore it was what defined. This was satisfied. Then secondly, the limit must also exist. The limit must what exist. If you remember when we took the limit, what it existed. Are you getting me? At what x approaching something, now o was minus what 1, right? Then look at where I think the function failed, where it was not continuous, where we stated it was no longer continuous. When we say the limit as s approaches s naught of the function must be equal to the direct substitution of what of x as s naught. In that own case, the only difference is a bit different from this, but it's still saying the same thing, right? We discovered that as s was approaching -1 from the negative, and when it was approaching -1 from the positive, it was not what the same, right? But it's supposed to have been the same. Are you getting it? So that's what will make it to what to be defined. Do you understand? And we also did the same for 2, approaching from negative and what positive based on the condition that was what given. Do you understand? But there are some cases in which what you will see is the limit as s approaching. When you take the limit, what you will get must be the same thing as direct substituting the value inside what the function, inside the what function. Are you getting me? There are conditions like that. But let's see how this condition is. Are you getting me? Let's observe. Let's solve this and see what this condition looks like. Now we have this. We have a rational function. And they say that this rational function, the condition, I told there must be what condition? There must be what condition? The condition is that x must not be equal to what 6. So they have already told you. So meaning if you do anything that is outside this, that means you are the one that is making the function what not to be what defined, not to be what defined. So if we put 6 here, okay, so let's just say we say step one, we direct substitute, are you getting me? X equal to what? X naught, which is what? Which is x equals, that is x equal to what? 6. What will we have? We will have what? For here, we have 6 square minus 36 all over 6 minus 6, right? Which will give you that 6 minus 36, which will give you 6 minus 6, and you will get 0 over what? 0, which is what? Indeterminate. In what? Determinate. Indeterminate. So in this case, we can now what? Flow. We can now what? Flow by what? Finding what the limit of this will be. So if x is not or must not be equal to 6, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do by limits? If x, what this thing means is that x is not equal to 6, meaning x and 6 is not the domain of the function. If you remember when we were talking about domain, right? It means that x is not the domain of the function. So it must be defined at all points apart from what? 6. Apart from what? 6. If you remember how to find the domain of a rational function like this, is to find if the rational function in the denominator Are you getting me? Is this kind of linear expression. Just equate it to 0 and find what s is. That value that s is where it will not be what? Defined. Because once you put that value that s is into the function, you get what? Indeterminate. Like here now it's x minus 6. If I put x minus 6 equal to 0 and find s will be equal to what? 6. If I put 6 here, it will give me 0 in the denominator. Therefore, it is not defined, which is what happened here. Which is what happened here. So they actually have found the domain, and they are telling you that this is not the domain of the function. That x is not equal to 6. Meaning s can be, if s is not equal to 6, can s not be other things? S can be other things. So meaning if I want to find what the limit of this thing will be, I can say the limit as s approaches what? 6. Meaning if I want to, what I'm saying now is that if I want to get an answer, despite we know that this is not the domain. You know, when I talk about limit, I say limit is just trying to get an answer for what you shouldn't have given you an answer before. Right? So in this case now, 6 wouldn't have given us answer. But we want it to give us what? An answer. So we say let us approach what? 6. Right? For this case, they say x must not be equal to 6. But we are not saying it's equal to 6. We are just saying it is approaching what? 6. So in this case, we have this 36 all over x minus 6. So if you work on this, what will you have? Let's go. Limit as s approaches what? 6. What will we do here? What kind of formula should we use? You can use what? L'Hopital, right? But I prefer to use the simple way to use a factorization. Can't you factorize this? You have forgotten. This is the same thing as saying x square minus what? 6 square all over what? X minus what? 6. If you remember our explanation on difference of 2 squared, we said anytime we have something like this, if you check my short, you see videos on this. Anytime I have two things like this, you can what? Have it to be limit as x approaches what? 6. Then here now, since we have square and square, minus is separating them. Is the same thing as x minus 6 and what? X plus 6. When you expand this, when you expand what? This. Since they are the same expression but just a alternating sign, are you getting me? Plus and minus sign. Anyhow you put it, you must always get this. You must always get what? This. So all over, we have x minus 6. So this can cancel this, abi? And you remember what usually makes a rational function not to be defined is the denominator. Is what? Denominator. Are you getting me? So now this denominator now has been made not to what? Exist. That means it's 1, right? So therefore we have the limit as s approaches what? 6 of what? X plus what? 6. So we have removed the denominator. So it should not be defined. It should not be what? Defined. So therefore it means when you now substitute by direct what? Substitution of what? X as equal to what? 6. What we have? We have 6 plus what? 6, which is equals to what? 12. You don't need to write the limit again. Now you know why now? When you are direct substituting, you are not writing the limit. It's when it does not work, you will not bring back the limit and start solving. Do you understand? Here now, when we direct substitute, you will not write the limit because you are putting it as 6. When it did not work, that's when you now bring back the limit again and work on that same thing. You bring back the same thing. You understand? So as when we put this, it did not work, we will still bring back this thing and solve. But now we put it in, it worked. It gave us 12. Therefore, there's not one solving. So we have gotten the answer. We have gotten the what? Answer. Now, since the upper piece, are you getting it? Since the upper piece is equal to the lower what? Lower piece. What can we say? It means that thus the what? The limit is defined. Right? So we have this. We can say that what? Therefore, the limit, right? Or, okay, yeah, the function, sorry. The function is continuous. Is what? Continuous. So that's what we can say. Because this is 12, which is for the upper piece. We obey the rule of the upper piece, which is that x is not equal to 6. We solved. And after solving, we came down and saw that when you obey this, what you get is the same thing as what you get here, where x is now equal to what? 6. Do you understand? So by taking the limit of this, we transform the function such that there will not be any denominator that will disturb it, and we can now direct substitute towards 6. As we are directing substitute, what he gave us is the same thing as where they now told us that x is not directly substituted towards 6. That means it's continuous. It's what? Continuous. Hope you understand. Is there any question, please? Any question on this? Okay, you can ask your question. Okay, the LimitOfAFunction is asking about the LimitOfAFunction now. So for the LimitOfAFunction rule, okay, for the LimitOfAFunction rule, we should have something like this. Now, how do we solve the LimitOfAFunction rule? The LimitOfAFunction rule tells you, if you watch my previous video on LimitOfAFunction, I did a video on that, on limit by LimitOfAFunction rule. It should give you the derivative of the numerator, of the what? Numerator with respect to x all over. So I'm differentiating this expression with respect to x, right? This expression. Then you differentiate also the denominator with respect to what? X. That's what it tells you. Then when you do it, what you get, you should not direct substitute what? The value of what x is approaching. Are you getting me? You should not direct substitute to the value of x now. So if you differentiate the numerator, what will you have? Differentiating this, what will you have? You have 2x all over. If you differentiate this, what will you have? 1. So in case you are struggling with differentiation, I will still do a video purely on differentiation, purely on what? Differentiation. So if you have done this now, so what it means is that what we will now have here is now limits as x approaches what? 6 of all this rubbish, of what? All this nonsense now. So if we have this now, what we will now have? If you take this 6 and direct substitution, I can say by direct what? Substitution. So we'll now have 6 entering here, will now give you 2 into what? 6 all over 1. 2 times 6 is what? 12 over 1 is what? So do we not get the same thing? So it will give you the same answer. So this is LimitOfAFunction rule of what? Solving what? Or taking or evaluating what? Limit. Evaluating what? Limit. And it gave us the same thing with the factorization. Same thing with what? Factorization. So these are like the what? The basic concepts on continuity of a what? Function. Take another question. So we are here with another example saying we should what? Find the what? The continuity. But in this case, we are not actually finding the continuity somehow. Look at the question. It says, find the value of k for which the function is continuous. So what do you think they say we should do there? What do you think they say we should do there? What are we supposed to do? What are we doing here? We are looking for the value of k. So that's the mistake people made then. Yes, that's what I was asking you. So some people are, some of you are saying that the function is continuous at x equals to what? 1 over 2. That's not what they said. There is a way they can twist questions sometimes. You understand? The initial one, they said you should find, I think, yeah, they said we should find determining the function is continuous, Abi? Is it not? But this kind now, look at the scope. Look at what? The scope. They said that you should find k for which the function is continuous. So what does it tell you? They already know. They already what? Know that the function is what? Continuous. They already know that it's continuous. So what they're asking you to find is now what? Find the value of what? K. So what do? You come here. So step one, direct substitute what now? X equal to what? 0. Because what? They said that x is not equal to what? 0. So meaning x is approaching 0. But for us to fulfill all righteousness, first step in every limit is what? Direct substitute what they say is approaching, right? So if you do that, you have 0. You do have 0 over what? 0 square minus what? 4 into 0, which will give you 0 over what? 0. Right? Next thing you will do is what? You will now what? Come here and what? Use the rule. So step 2, by LimitOfAFunction rule. That's what you want to apply here, right? So which is d of x with respect to d of what? X with respect to what? Dx all over d of x squared minus 4x with respect to what? Dx. That's what we're doing. What will it give you? So what will it give you? To give you what? To give you 1 differentiating this all over differentiating the denominator separately 2x minus 4, right? So after this now, it means that if it must be continuous, remember we have taken the limit of the up one, abi? So if it must be continuous, if it must be continuous, or you can say for continuity, according to what they stated, are you getting me? It means that limits as x approaches 0, since they say it's not equal to 0, we'll say as x approaches what? 0, of x all over x squared minus 4x must be equal to what? Must be equal to k. Must be equal to what? K. Because they say at k now, x is now equal to 0. Mean after taking the limit, you can now direct substitute what? 0. You can now what? Direct substitute 0. So in that case now, we have gotten this. What do we get as it? 1 all over 2x. Now in this case now, since we are taking the limit now, x can become what? 0 minus 4, right? And it should be equal to what? K. So thus it means that k is equal to what? This will give you 0, which will give you 1 all over minus 4, which you can write as what? Minus 1 over what? 4. Final answer. So that is all for that. So thank you for watching, and see you what in the next video where we'll talk about proof of limits.